sexiest talk show on radio, Hot Topics, is here to fire up your airwaves. Join us on Kyrie FM, Kyrie TV, and on Facebook Live, Monday to Wednesday from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. with the bold and opinionated Vanessa as we turn up the heat. We'll ask the hard-hitting questions plaguing us every day. We'll talk about issues affecting our daily lives. You want to vent? Call. Get it off your chest. And guess what? A guest host will pop in randomly every week. You too could be a guest host. Yes, follow Kyrie FM's Facebook and get an opportunity to bring the heat to co-host Hot Topics. Don't wait. Tune in and tell it like it is, only on the genuine sound, Kyrie FM.
Don't worry, it's already Miss DJ Taffy, and you're locked in to Hot Topics on Kyrie FM.
Whoa! It's about Guaraji Blessy, that's me, and you're locked into Hot Topics on Kyrie FM.
Sycamore.
Cover your bills with an interest-free payday loan from Quartz Ready Cash. Put some extra cash in your pockets with a Quartz Ready Cash loan. Expenses adding up? Cover the cost with an interest-free payday loan from Quartz Ready Cash up to $1,000. No security required. 24-hour approval. All you need is your ID, payslip, 2 references, 1 recent job letter, and proof of address. Visit us today at any of our Quartz or Ready Cash locations. Don't delay. Put some extra cash in your pockets with a Quartz Ready Cash loan. Quartz Ready Cash. Ready when you are.
The economic fabric of Dominica revolves at AC Shanford and Company. For timeless, trusted, dependable, comprehensive insurance coverage, it has to be New India Insurance. With anything overseas, Shopbox Dominican Isle Freight is your advance on-time delivery right to your doorstep. For super savings and all your groceries, come to ACS Super Shopping Center for laundry, groceries, cooking, beverages, and event supplies on King Jonathan Street. ACS 7-Eleven on High Street, supplying your everyday essentials. Fill up your vehicle gas stands, get your cooking gas, and top-ups of all kinds. Or go to 7-Eleven Pottersville. The best kept secret is conveniently located upstairs in the confidential escape or staycation self-contained accommodations at the Potter's Place. Ace Shanford, where you spend less and get more.
Speedy recovery.
What you all you my car just going to fall as we?
Where are you?
Poker say.
Hang on, ma'am. We're on the way.
At Speedy Recovery, we provide 24-hour towing and recovery, container haulage and lifting, crane truck rental, and dump truck services. We are professionals in the business with over 20 years experience, emerging from the towing specialists themselves, Walsh Trucking. Call today on 767-285-A-TOW, that's 285-2869, or 277-4290, or 316-7077. Send an email, speedyrecoverytrucking@gmail.com, like us on Facebook, or visit us at River Estate at the Walsh Trucking Yard. We are Speedy Recovery, your full-service trucking company. Call 285-A-TOW. I have a container on the port. I need to take it to La Plaine. I'm looking for an apartment to rent. Yo, I need a boat for the weekend on the water. Who can I call? Ada Trucking, of course. Here's the number, 449-2817. Ada Trucking Services Limited, located at Hartford Estate, Jimmy, Dominica, provides efficient, quality trucking and excavation services with over 25 years experience. Our services include container haulage and lifting, excavation and demolition, as well as trucking. Looking to rent compactors, rollers, generators, bulldozers, or graders? Check us out. We also offer home and apartment rentals, boat rentals, and a 69-seater party bus. Be it work, housing, or party, contact Ada Trucking Services. Visit us today or call 449-2817. Reach us via email, adatrucking@hotmail.com, or I like our Facebook page, Ada Trucking Services. Ada Trucking, the godfather of trucking services in Dominica. Good afternoon, Sakafet. What's going on? What's crack-a-lackin'? How is everybody doing this afternoon? Again, good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon, Sakafet. What's going on? What's crack-a-lackin'? Welcome to your Tell It Like It Is Show, Hot Topics. Hope everybody's having a wonderful Wednesday. You know, today's Vent Day. I think maybe I might have somebody pop in and we can talk a little bit something, you know, along the lines of carnival and booyah and them kind of vibes. But if it happens, we'll see what happens. If it doesn't happen, you have all your free time to vent this afternoon. But before we get into anything, I want to shout out you see how lovely I look today? Good afternoon to the folks at N&J Boutique. Good afternoon, Norma. Good afternoon, Jeffrey. How you guys doing, Norma? It was so absolutely amazing to see you this afternoon. Welcome home. And I know you're looking forward to Carnival. All right, so, yeah, welcome home. Have a wonderful day. You know, enjoy the rest of your trip home. And just a quick little plug there. You're looking for something to wear to that event. You know, you're going to that fete, you're going to that jam, you're going to that show, you're in church. You know, you have a date and you're trying to figure out what to wear. You can just check out N&J Boutique, and they are on Kings Lane, downtown Roseau. You remember the old Pee Wee building where Pee Wee ice cream used to be? Right there, yes, in the little lane behind my pin. Right there. You can find them there. All right, cool. So, great prices, beautiful pieces. You know, no matter the occasion, they got something for you. So, good afternoon to you guys down there. I want to shout out Tevin Copel, who's celebrating today. Happy birthday to you, darling. Want to shout out my buddy Frost. Happy birthday to you. Good afternoon and happy birthday to who do we have there? Felixia Regis, happy birthday to you. Ozzy Laville, happy birthday to you. A big shout out goes out as well to Patterson Williams, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, darling. I wish you a wonderful, wonderful birthday. All the rest of the folks celebrating today, happy birthday to you. And tomorrow, I want to send a big shout out to my lady, Miss Jan, okay, that's grandmama of DJ Flip the Boss. So happy advance birthday to you, Miss Jan. All right, hope you have an amazing birthday today. Okay, tomorrow. All right, good. I know I have quite a few more persons on the birthday list for tomorrow and for the rest of the week. I just want to wish you love, light, blessings, everything wonderful, including plenty money. All right. I especially want to shout out my girl who's celebrating tomorrow, Latoya Amanda LeBlanc, and Kian Stevenson. Wadada. Happy advanced birthday greetings to you. All right. Yeah, the rest of the folks celebrating over the weekend and so on, you know, happy birthday. All right. Want to say hi and good afternoon to all our bus drivers and all the routes, all the stops, the contractors, the heavy equipment operators, the truckers. Good afternoon to you. Big up yourself, Ada. Good afternoon to you, Rico. Rico, it's been a minute and 10 days. But anyways, good afternoon to you. Shout out to Jun. Shout out to Jerry. Shout out to brother OT. Good afternoon. All right. So yeah, we the folks on the live, we want to shout you out as well. Good afternoon to you. Hope thank you for joining us, and you know, if you're sharing, thank you for sharing the live. But it's Vent Day, guys, and I want to know what's on your mind. I want to know what you want to get off your chest. I want to know what pissed you off. We want to know. I want to help you fix it. I want to give you a little bit of, should I say, bad advice for free today? Good afternoon, Corinne. Good afternoon, Paula. Good afternoon, Marina. How you guys doing this afternoon? Thank you, Marina. Shout out to the folks in Colio. Zetma, how you doing this afternoon, darling? I must say, it was an absolute pleasure yesterday to be speaking with the Miss Teen contestants. You know, they're also well-spoken. I mean, you know, when you look at their age and you look at how articulate they are, how confident they seemed, I mean, it's definitely a show to look forward to. So again, I want to say hats off to Uncle Ray and the team, you know, Dorel and the rest of you for you know, being consistent with putting on this show, regardless as to whether or not a school would send a participant, but you still find, like last year we had the winner coming from the Girls Guide Association. And this year we have, you know, Marina from the Operation Youthquake, even if she attends, you know, secondary school. So it's like, it's just, it's amazing how, you know, year after year after year we find the young ladies interested and having a zeal for participating in those events. And, it's all part of our culture, and it's amazing to see. It's amazing to see, that the way it's being kept up. So, yes. Let me see. Boy, Corinne, just give it to me. Yes, Corinne, darling. Yes, Corinne. Whatever you aspire. All right. Yeah, but we're venting, and sometimes when you sit down by a little shop, a little bar, a little hole in the corner, you're getting all the little sips here. So here's what. Somebody mentioned the other day about the roads going towards the south. Let's see, from Newtown, maybe go down to Point Michelle, maybe Sophia, I don't know. I haven't been down that side past Point Michelle in a little while, so I can't talk for that. But I can talk from Newtown to Louvier. And let me tell you something about the bob and weave to drive on this road. So I don't know the powers that be. How can you help us now? Can we consider resurfacing? Do we have to set up a fundraising drive? Because it's a big concern for a lot of people. I am no longer, well, I'm sometimes down that way, yeah. So mind my business still. You will never know exactly where. But I'm not really down that way much, but I have interest down that way. So when I go down that way, the road is, So yeah. What did I say? Change it or fix it. All right, thank you very much. From the bottom of their hearts and the bottom of their mothers' hearts as well. Okay, good. They were just asking for change or fix the road. Another situation that has arisen, and customer service seems to be the most prevalent thing. With people sending in their concerns and their so on and their so forth. Customer service seems to be the most prevalent. I mean, you walk into an establishment and you expect somebody to at least greet you. Well, I walk in all cherry and bubbly and thing. I'm a whole different breed altogether. Like, I'm a strange fruit. You know what I mean? So I walk in all bubbly and whatever. Good morning! Oh. And people in the establishment go like, where mamselle go in there? But you're there to give a service, and I come in and I have a nice bubbly aura about me, and and then you want to greet me like, yes, morning. I'll just walk away. So the 25 cents I was going to spend, I'll just put it back where it come out. Or maybe I came to window shop, and put my my wish list together. You get what I'm saying? But regardless of, please, all you leave the attitude at all you home. If you didn't get to garbage this morning before you come to work, if you didn't get a proper breakfast, okay, if they didn't pay the pots and pans bill, you get what I'm saying? If it is that you end up getting your period and you had big plans because you had a hot date, that is not my problem. So don't lay it out on me when I come to your business place or your office or your place of business. Where I come to transact my business, whatever it is that's going on, I really don't care. You know what I mean? It's not up to me to care about what's going on in your life. That being said, that doesn't mean that we shouldn't care for each other. But do not take out your ish on me. God is always tell all you, your problem is your problem is not my problem. Your disaster is not my disaster. Do not take it out on me. Do not expect me to, change my mood just because you're down. If it is that you feel like you cannot communicate with people on that particular day, best you ask for a day off. Or go and have a drink somewhere, man, and reduce the inhibitions. But please, understand that people are coming for a service. Understand that people don't want your attitude. All right? Understand that sometimes a customer comes in and expects you to cheer them up. Because that's what it is. Okay, so maybe in my let's just draw a scenario. I'm going through something, and all I want is just to go to a store and buy something that I feel will make me happy. And I walk into that store because I passed there last week, you know what I mean? And I saw something looking really nice and I figure, okay, now I have the 25 cents in my hand. Let me go inside there and spend it now and make myself feel good. And then I walk in there and you throw your ish at me. And I'm just like, you know what? It's not worth it. And sometimes a little exchange like that can become a lasting experience, for want of a better term. Meaning, I'll go there, I'll get that kind of attitude, and I will never pass back. And I will tell folks, you know what, you see, dear, that little coin over there, we ain't going back there no more because these people don't know how to serve people. So it's like, yeah. And we're venting still. And we're still venting. And I have this question. Why is it that when... how should I put that? When people work, people expect to get paid, yes? So I do a job for you, I clean your yard, I scrub your toilet, I wrote a document for you. I did something for you, you know. I did the work that you wanted me to do. And that happens a lot with small businesses. When people, you know, offer you a service and you're satisfied with it and they send you their invoice, why you have to, how would I say it again? Why you have to chicane? You understand? It's like, you know, let me give you a perfect example of what I'm referring to. You go to the market. Now, this little vendor is there and they're selling their, you know, they probably buy a bunch of plantain and they cut it up so they can make a little something. You know, they have some dashing, they have some stuff, they have some. But you want to go, give me a little one, man, put a little one on it, put a little two on it. You want to query the price. A small business, a small business owner, operator will tell you, well, okay, say they're a hairdresser. They will tell you, you know what, to do the box braid or the knotless or to do the whatever it is you want to do is, we're just throwing a figure out there, $20. Why you want to tell them? So you can't take 15 then? No! They can't take 15 because the price is 20. Y'all, some of y'all just too, I don't know. People's prices are people's prices. If you cannot afford it, move. You get what I'm saying? People do, the young lady braided your hair for you. All right, you like it. They're taking pictures. You all over Snapchat. You're TikToking like Tower. You've never been on TikTok before with your hairstyle and you're out. But you don't want to pay the person their money. Respect small business owners. All right? And you may say, oh, they don't have overheads like an office and you know, paying for lights and water and this and that, and they don't have staff and whatnot and what have you. But guess what? This income is their livelihood. That is what supports them. That is what they use to take care of their household, their family, even their entertainment. All right? This is their hustle is that. That is the money they make. So when people work for you, pay people. You understand? Charlie, good afternoon, baby. You know what I mean? I wish I could say it just like how you said it. You know, stop trying to go and try to break down people's prices, etc., etc., etc. Just stop. The thing costs that, you pay that. You cannot afford it, move. You want to go out, you want to enjoy fine dining, but you cannot afford it. So why you want to go and complain on the people place? And that is the other event. Is big sand saltfish you can afford, and big sand saltfish is guanja, eh? But anyways, let's just say big sand saltfish you can afford. Stay in your lane with your big sand saltfish. Do not go where they have samosas and quesadillas and Asian spicy, because you cannot afford that. You get what I'm saying? It's just regular fried chicken with a little ketchup and pepper on the side. So go where you can afford. All right? Do not complain on people's businesses, on people's things, just because your pocket doesn't reach that far. And another thing, Carnival coming. Good afternoon to my big sister, Valda Bruno Durant. I know you will catch up to this a little later on. Some of y'all like to sit down on all your high horse and say, you'll see them just now in costume, they cannot even afford it. Bomb they make. But it's not yours. They didn't use what you have to get what they want. They use what they have to get what they want. Whatever people choose to do to get by, that is their business. It's not yours. It doesn't affect you. It's not underneath your bed. It's not on your kitchen counter. You leave people's business alone. Everybody does what they have to do to get by. So if it's winter vegetables, he might want to go and sell now. If it's snow, he might want to go and sell. You understand? If the young miss want to go and make a stone oven now, you know, and do some pots and pans, that is not your business. If it's a loan she go and get by NCCU, you understand, or by NBD or Big Edge or wherever they go and get their thing, courts. You understand? That is their business. That's not your business, because at the end of the day, you're not the one paying the person's bill. Like my mother will say, sakapasea chule, sakapasea chule is hot. So what is going on with me is not happening to you. So you cannot decide and dictate what I do, when I do, how I do, what I do. You check what I'm saying? It's about time we get to start staying in our lane. I mean, for so long I've been saying that. For so long, I tired of ring bell that's in y'all's ears every Wednesday. You know, and even when we meet. Stop trying to dictate how a person lives their life. Your life is your life, my life is my life. At the end of the day, when we reach the alleged pearly gates, what St. Peter going to say to me is not that St. Peter going to say to you. Because St. Peter is not going to ask you, why did you allow flour to go and make pots and pans? No, they're not going to ask you that. They're going to ask flour why she did that. But guess what? You might be asked why you were so judgmental and metve. You get what I'm saying? So a lot of us need to learn to stay in our lane. Because again, my business is my business, your business is your business. So whatever I do to wear my costume on Carnival Monday and Tuesday is my zafe. And a lot of you like to think like just because, you know, somebody may have a bill somewhere. So everybody owing somebody somewhere, somehow, sometime. So just because I took myself to dinner, just because I'm in a costume, we have a thing. We have an agreement. I mean, somebody literally brought that to me just yesterday afternoon. You see her? You see her? Look at her over there. And she owing. I said, but all you don't have a contract now. You don't have a contract. It's an agreement that every so often she will give you X amount until the bill is cleared. So when you come in and complain to me about what? You know what I did? I said, I call the person, psst. We're not calling names. So psst came across and I said, psst, you in Ahem, man. But me and Ahem have an arrangement, you understand? And I give Ahem that amount every so often. So I said, well, Ahem is upset that you go in there to buy food. But no. And irregardless of, I have a right to treat myself. I have a right to do something nice for myself. You understand? Some of y'all too consa. Remember, it's vent there, so I am venting. Some of y'all are too consa. You know what I mean by consa? Those of y'all that can't speak English, or too so. You know, you're too judgmental. You're too touchy-feely. You're too thin-skinned. Give people like a breathing space. So because I owe in the bank and God, I cannot go to a party. I cannot go to an event. Tell me who doesn't owe anybody anything. And it doesn't necessarily have to be money. Because I could have done something for you and you have to do something for me in return. I could have done something for your child and you have to cover it. Yes, and it could be money. It could be I loaned you my orchids and you have to give me red carnations in exchange. There's always something. When you talk about owing people, it's not always monetary. So everybody owing somebody at one point or the other, or have owed somebody at one point or the other. And sometimes a lot of the people that act this way about, you know, oh, she don't want to pay me and he doesn't want to pay me and all of that. Guess what? The same thing is going on with them with somebody else. And somebody else isn't even, you know, on their backs. So it's like, people just need to relax a little. I think too many of you are walking around with emotional constipation. And yeah, take a laxative. You see, right now, I'm going to take a laxative. I'm going to have some coffee, and we're going to take a short break. When we come back, we continue with the venting. When we come back, remember the number to call 448-7338 or 245-2929 on WhatsApp. Call on WhatsApp or text, and you can get it off your chest. We'll be back after this.
With an interest-free payday loan from Quartz Ready Cash. Put some extra cash in your pockets with a Quartz Ready Cash loan. Expenses adding up? Cover the cost with an interest-free payday loan from Quartz Ready Cash up to $1,000. No security required. 24-hour approval. All you need is your ID, payslip, 2 references, 1 recent job letter, and proof of address. Visit us today at any of our Quartz or Ready Cash locations. Don't delay. Put some extra cash in your pockets with a Quartz Ready Cash loan. Quartz Ready Cash. Ready when you are.
Looking for that perfect setup for your conference or seminar or company function? Or maybe you need a low-budget setup for your party, dinner, or private gathering. How about that professional production for your grand concert, festival, or outdoor event? Kyrie Sounds is here to provide you with everything you need. PA systems, stage, lighting, tents, microphones, LED digital screens, generators, projectors, crowd barriers, and more. We also offer free event consultation to ensure the success of your special event. Call us today on 612-4050 or 448-7330. Kyrie Sounds, your partner in sound, stage, and lighting services.
Speedy recovery?
What you all you might just going to fall as we?
Where are you?
Poker say.
Hang on, ma'am. We're on the way.
At Speedy Recovery, we provide 24-hour towing and recovery, container haulage and lifting, crane truck rental, and dump truck services. We are professionals in the business with over 20 years experience, emerging from the towing specialists themselves, Walsh Trucking. Call today on 767-285-A-TOW, that's 285-2869, or 277-4290, or 316-7077. Send an email, speedyrecoverytrucking@gmail.com, like us on Facebook, or visit us at River Estate at the Walsh Trucking Yard. We are Speedy Recovery, your full-service trucking company. Call 285-A-TOW.
Some laundry detergents will miss the mark when it comes to adding softness to your loads. But fortunately in Dominica, we've got Ensueno fabric softener. Ensueno is the conditioner of laundry care, making your clothes feel butterfly soft. Discover Ensueno fabric softener. Long-lasting, nature-inspired fragrances protect your fabrics. Revitalize your laundry with the refreshing scent of spring fresh Ensueno fabric softener. Makes your clothes fluffy, alive, and vibrant. Loved all over Dominica. Local agents, Ace African Company. Available at all supermarkets and your favorite friendly neighborhood outlet or shop. Use Ensueno.
I have a container on the port. I need to take it to La Plaine. I'm looking for an apartment to rent. Yo, I need a boat for the weekend on the water. Who can I call? Ada Trucking, of course. Here's the number, 449-2817. Ada Trucking Services Limited, located at Hartford Estate, Jimmy, Dominica, provides efficient, quality trucking and excavating services with over 25 years experience. Our services include container haulage and lifting, excavation and demolition, as well as trucking. Looking to rent compactors, rollers, generators, bulldozers, or graders? Check us out. We also offer home and apartment rentals, boat rentals, and a 69-seater party bus. Be it work, housing, or party, contact Ada Trucking Services. Visit us today or call 449-2817. Reach us via email, adatrucking@hotmail.com, or I like our Facebook page, Ada Trucking Services. Ada Trucking, the godfather of trucking services in Dominica. Hey guys, welcome back. Welcome back. If you're just joining, welcome aboard. You're late. I want to say welcome to the folks just joining us on the live this afternoon. Good afternoon, Yvonne. How you doing, darling? Nadia Karam, how are you, darling? How you doing? Good afternoon, Cedric. Cedric, I'm sending your stuff for you in a minute, okay? As soon as I get off air. Yeah, man. But let's continue because we're venting, and I gave you the opportunity to call and vent. Again, the number to call 448-7338. All right, that's our on-air number, 4487338. Or you can call us via WhatsApp, especially those of you in the living region, aka the diaspora. You can call us on 245-2929, and that's on WhatsApp. You can also send your vents on WhatsApp, or you can vent in the live chat. All right, I'll get to it and I'll bring it out for you. Now, we have a thing. We have this situation, and it's not just I've only been to Dominica. I'm only in Dominica. I haven't been anywhere else. So all I can speak about is for Dominica. And we look at our economic situation, you know, and we can say an inequality, the balance between the cost of living and the income. You know, how do we resolve that situation? And I'm asking a question. I'm asking for multiple friends, you know. If you want to share a view on it as to how we can resolve this thing. And please, we're not going the politics route, okay? All right, I don't want to hear nothing about red, blue, orange, pink, or purple. We're talking about us as Dominicans. How do we resolve that kind of situation? Because, I mean, there's a gap between income levels. There's the cost, you know, the cost of living. Because, I mean, how it is you're making, what, $6 an hour? Maybe less than that. I don't know. I mean, I don't have an income, very much simply. I don't have an income. I depend on spousal support, right? So that's my income. But say, for example, somebody has a job that pays them, what, $900 for the month, but they're renting, you know, and maybe they have a child or a child and a half or two and a quarter. How do you make it work, you know? How do we improve our current economic situation without going the political route? How do we teach a man to fish instead of giving a man a fish every time? And these are the things that we have to look at, because a lot of people will sit down and say that color is a problem and this color is a problem and that color is another issue. But no, it's not always about the color. You all have to focus on color. You all have to focus on things that don't even matter at all. You know, like, why not think of, and not everything has to be left up to, according to my partner would say, the government to do. We can look at building industry together. Say maybe a small bottling company, maybe a small, I always say bottling company, like we have an abundance of fruits, of vegetables, of stuff that can be bottled, canned, processed. You know, set up a little mini thing and do a little backyard thing. How do you think certain people who are in the agro-processing industry got to where they are today? I want to big up JD's Naturals. I want to big up Lakia, Joseph, and your products. You know, and all the other small businesses. Inel, you know, Sherma, the rest of you who are doing your stuff. And then you're employing persons. You know what I mean? So we have to start somewhere, and it cannot always be the government didn't do it, so we don't have it. I mentioned the roads earlier on, and I'm not referring to the main roads for that, but I'm referring to, like, you know, the little communities, the little center rumors, the little wall houses, the little, Belfast, the little those there, where you can come within your community and say, well, one full of basket, so all of us put together to at least buy 2 bags of cement, or call the cement truck and drop a little thing and spread it on the road and cover it and patch up the potholes and so on and so forth. You get what I'm saying? Sometimes we're too reliant on others to do things for us, you know, and I'm not saying that everything that our government does is hunky-dory. I'm not saying that everything our opposition or lack thereof does is hunky-dory, but it's just that we as Dominicans need to look at what is beneficial to us, and if it is that it's something we can do. You don't have to depend on somebody to do stuff for you. You know, you could try and do something for yourself. It's not always up to the powers that be to do something for you to make things work. You get what I'm saying? Anyways, let me check and see if all you said anything. Ifan, who are giving book locks? Boy, or you send me la police. You know. So again, we have to learn to be a little more self-sufficient as a people. Everything is everything is imported, everything is local, everything imported is always better than local based on the way that we think and we operate. You know, we have a local product and people say, me, I don't using that. I mean, I'll go online out, whatever I would. And then another situation now here is where I'm going to counter what I just said. When you look at the cost of some of our local products, you wonder, but Papa Jesus, what is really going on? An arm, leg, and half of my neighbor's body to pay for it, you know? But then to jump back again and jump on the other side, because myself, I'm devil's advocate today. I jump in all fins. Look at the cost of raw materials. Look at the cost of that because sometimes the cost of the raw material is so much that when you factor in your overheads and everything, the price gets very expensive and so on and so forth. Because I'll tell you why. Some people believe that every product they sell has to maintain them and their 99.5 children with every product. All right, so every product has to cost tetneg. One cannot offset the other, and as I'm saying that now, it takes us to the point of renting a house. Gosh, the people renting homes, I need a sip of coffee for that. The people renting homes, you rent the house, but you expect that rental income to cover the mortgage for that house, to pay your rent at the place where you stay in, to pay the utilities, all the utilities, the light, the internet, the phone, the water, the whatever the case may be. Still feed you, cover your entertainment bill, your bond payment, as well as to sweat the outside woman or the outside man. Come on. Make it make some sense. I looked at, okay, so just for the hell of it, I followed a thing, a want ad, vacancy ad, and I went to see the place, Mali place to rent, you know. I went to see the place because they say it's $1,500, unfurnished, located in a Pam area. It's a Pam area, okay? Nice. When I say Pam, I mean nice. And guess what? The thing says. So when I said 1,500, but the walls are unfinished, half the thing painted. The counter is not done. It's looking like Wavet residing in those cupboards there full time. So I renting for me and the Wavet, you know. So she's like, oh, but hot water included. I say, who paid the bill? Hot water and AC included. Who is paying the bill? You need to, no, seriously, I mean, it's not me that send you all to school to charge rent. You understand? But sometimes you have to realize that when you're pricing your product, you have to, there are a lot of factors to be with. I mean, you have to look at, you know, how badly do I want to rent the property? And how attractive am I making that property? Because you want to tell me I'm going to pay rent for a house that have 50,000 Wavet living in it before me? I mean, naturally, I have to clean my place. I have to do what I have to do to, you know. But still, looking at when you look at people looking for somewhere to rent, and the majority of people looking for somewhere to rent is middle income. So when you want to charge me my full salary for rent and you say, "Bon, things in Dominica tight way, I don't make nothing there," and they're going again since Ross go, oh Lord, you don't have nothing. But you want to keep the rent technique. Sometimes you have to bend a little, twist a little, flex a little. Okay, because you would say, oh, the bank. But if you go speak to the bank and you say, well, you know what, I can rent the property for a little, a fraction lower than what it actually is, at a reduced amount. So maybe can we discuss what my installments may be? I'm sure the bank will work with you, because the bank just wants to make their money back. They just want to get their money back. But you, on the other hand, now trying to KO a young person who's trying to do something for themselves. You understand? I mean, let's just take a little pause and think and say, if I were going to rent a house, if I was looking for a place to rent, okay? If I were can I say that word, the rentee, how would I feel if somebody presented that figure to me? And some of you want to charge you want to charge those exorbitant prices. But me, I have 2 cars because I have one, my child have one. You understand? To where am I parking? The street narrow like this. You don't have proper parking for me. So what am I supposed to do? You think of all those things when you factor in the price. But anyways, I don't have house. It's 4 sticks and a tarpaulin I have, so I'll stay in my lane. You know, I'll stay in my 4 sticks and my tarpaulin because yeah. But they say time flies when you're having fun. But we have another event, and we're talking about crime in Dominica, because somebody asked me specifically to speak about that. I don't know. I've heard about incidents happening. Yes, there are incidents happening, a lot of gun violence and so on. But I heard the police say that the crimes have gone down significantly. So I guess I have to wait for an updated report from La Police first to come back to that. You know, I mean, we did see a spate of violent acts towards the end of the year last year, well, throughout last year, pretty much, but towards the end of the year last year, coming into the new year. So if the police say crimes have gone down, I'm waiting to see the report as to how the crimes went down. But, you know, again, I don't know if it was my idea that they took, or if it was they thought of it themselves. I don't know if they heard me or not. I don't know if other people mentioned it to them. But you remember I was telling you all some time ago, I was suggesting, like, if they offer a little something to the people, give them a little l'argent, give them a little something. Because after all, you buy your little pew-pew. You know, you paid for your pew-pew, you understand? You took out money from where it was to pay for your thing. So if you want to take it from me, give me a little something, man. Even if I give it to somebody to bring back. But I see they were actually giving people a little something to return the pew-pews that were illegal. And I want to understand what is really the criteria for getting a gun license. You know, I don't have a catapult. I have it, by the way. I have a catapult. I got a wire on a tree, a branch, yeah, and I get a piece of rubber somewhere. I make my catapult. That's what I have, right? But we would like to. This is a public invitation, and I will send a formal invitation to the police. Let's discuss about how, you know, one goes about getting a firearm license and who qualifies for it and whatnot and what have you. And if I feel like I'm a limer, you understand? I'm not a drinker, yeah? But I'm a limer. I toujours there were all time. All event I want a teen beat idea. If I feel like I deserve protection, I want to have a gun for my protection. Will you give me a license for that? You get what I'm saying? If I just want to go and shoot agouti in the bush, is there not, you know, so we want to understand those things, because me, my auntie Nene, my cousin child, my friend's father, uncle, we all want to know, you know. So yeah, so this is the public invitation. We'll issue a formal invitation later on, and we can talk about all of those things, because we want to understand, you know, we want to understand how we can go about getting the things that we want without getting into too much trouble. On the live there, I seen somebody saying, buying something you need should not be about the price, but about pleasing oneself. Thank you, Nadia. Yes. And Yvonne is saying, people like to cry too much. The USA is not much better than home. I was home a few months ago, and it's not really better. Okay. And they're saying again, Dominica is sweet. People rely on people too much. They need to help themselves. Before it was not like that. Okay, right. And then somebody says, I think the government spoiled everyone, and he was giving them too much, so that spoiled them, and now they're relying on him to do everything. Boy, all you need to give Uncle a brick, you know. All you gotta rely on Uncle for everything. I mean, but listen to this. So just because last week you wanted 2 fish, because you wanted to cook, so I gave you the 2 fish. You mean to tell me next week you still have to come by me for 2 fish again? You cannot figure out something for yourself? You know, I think we've gotten, we're too entitled, and we feel like everything has to be handed to us, you know, and if you don't give me what I want, then I'm going to huff and puff, and nobody wants to get off their laurels anymore. I wish I could say the A word. Nobody wants to get off their laurels anymore and do anything for themselves. You know what I mean? Everybody wants to sit down, and everybody expects it to be handed to them. That's not the way.
And we talk about the children are our future. What are we showing the children for when they grow up to actually be our future? Because if what it is that a lot of us are doing right now is what our children have to emulate, punch, God save us all to hell in a handbasket. That's where we're going. So I think it's about time we wake up, realize, drink the coffee, drink the hot water, or drink the salt water, whatever water it is you have to drink, to realize that you cannot just depend on people for the rest of your lives. You're not an invalid. Okay, if you are quadriplegic, you have no arms, you have no legs, somebody has to wipe your behind for you, somebody has to feed you, somebody has to, do everything for you. It's understandable. But you are hard back, honey, my mother would say, Malvewa, you cannot go out and work for a living and make 50 cents for yourself. You want to be by side of road begging. And let's jump to that now. And this mental illness situation in Dominica, because it is, honey, my partner would say it is rampant. You understand? It's there, and it's loud, and it's glaring. And because we feel like we're too great, to acknowledge somebody or to take care of ourselves, take care of our mental health, then it goes out of control. Okay? So mental health is really, really important. It's not just a matter of have a malbune where I go in doctor for me to get some chiropractic or some Buscopan for me to fix it. No. You have a little something going on in there, a little, then you can go see somebody. I was so happy when the young miss said yesterday that she wants to become a clinical psychologist, clinical psychiatrist. Psychiatrist, she said? Psychologist? One of them. Head doctor. Right. Because so many people will tell you, I want to be a doctor, and they will stick to internal medicine, and they want to be a surgeon, and they want to be a plastic surgeon, and they want to be a pediatrician, but nobody says, I want to be a psychiatrist or a psychologist. And we need that. Because all those surgeons and all those plastic surgeons and all those pediatricians and all those neurosurgeons, they need a shrink. They need to get it off their chest. Say, for example, you have a situation where you have a child who is in need of medical care, and you work on that child, and God forbid that child end up dying. How do you think that doctor going to feel? That doctor is going to feel, he's going to feel 50 shades of messed up. So he or she would want to talk to somebody. So bam, here's your shrink. But we don't really have that open door policy in Dominica for you to go see a psychiatrist or a psychologist or even a counselor. And sorry to say, but some of the people who pass as counselors, and I guess they know themselves, if you are the good one, you're the good one. But if you're one of those who, you're just like a weighbridge for Beth. So somebody will come and they will talk about their situation, their condition, whatever to you, and bam, you're going across. You see that one that just got inside there? That's it. Those of you, stop it, or just get out of the profession altogether. Go and work in a stone oven. You understand? Go and put wood in a fire. Go and make pots and pans. Go and do something. But please, get out of that profession, because if it is that somebody cannot trust you, to keep their business private. Because I mean, there's this service provider, customer, how you call it, privilege, all right, or confidentiality. I mean, if you're in that, you're a counselor, or you're supposed to be able to keep people's business private. And yes, you too are going to need a shrink. You get? So I mean, we need the psychiatrists, we need the psychologists, because everybody needs somebody to talk to. And sometimes you may figure, well, somebody might tell you, go and talk to your pastor, go and talk to the priest, go and talk to the... But you might say to yourself, I don't want to sit and talk to a pastor. I don't want to go and talk to that old lady that is the counselor. I want to talk to somebody who I can relate to, And it makes it even better if that person that you can relate to, even if they're 99 years old or they're 25 years old, but you can see that they're certified, they carry that, because we like how you call it, validation. So we like to see that, okay, yeah, you're qualified to tell me, to talk to me. But we need to pay more attention to our mental health, because we've got all these alleged Paru vagrants walking around Roseau. You think these people didn't want it to be where they are? Maybe they did. Maybe I don't think anybody would wake up in the morning and say, you know what, let me go and dig the garbage for me to eat, and let me go and, you know, it could be a drug-related problem, but what pushed the drug-related problem? It could be a rope well, you know. It could be whatever it was, but I don't think anybody will wake up in the morning and say, you know what, tomorrow I'm going to be mad, I'm going to walk on the road, and I'm not going to bathe anymore, and I want to just burn some crack in a corner, and yeah, I'll go and jump in the garbage and eat something every so often. Nobody wants to choose that for themselves. But when your mental health goes unchecked, what do you expect is going to happen? You know? Okay, Marina, so, well, yeah, everybody is always on the blue book, you know, saying how hard things are and how, but everybody is complaining about how many of the people who are on Mark's blue book talking about how hard things are actually doing something to make it soft. How many are doing something to make it better? You see, because we, and I'll say we're a bunch of complainer babies. You understand? We always have a complaint about something. We always, nothing is ever good enough. It's hot. Boy, shit, boy, look, son. Boy. Okay, fine. Rain comes tomorrow. Boy, shit, there's too much rain. We pass a plain egg. Black people, it's difficult to please us. I think people in general, it's difficult to please us. Because everything is always too much. Too much rain, too much sun. Too much seawater, not enough seawater. You know? Too many rivers, not enough rivers. Too much rum, not enough rum. Too much man, not enough man. Too much woman, not enough woman. Make it make sense. So we need to find that balance in between so we can coexist. And I think we'll be good. And we need to stop complaining without solutions. It's like you have a truck, the truck not going up the hill, and you're making noise with the truck. Why are you not going up the hill? You should go up the hill. Did you check to see what's preventing the truck from going up the hill? Do you have enough? Do you have enough fuel? Your filter clean? What else I can say about a truck not going up a hill? Boy, let me stay in my lane, boy. You understand? So we need to, when we're doing all those complaining, especially when you want Mark's blue book to make your complaints, post a little thing at the end and say, well, you know, that flower tall, maybe if I trim it a little bit while it's growing, it'll stay a little shorter. Well, don't just go and say the flower tall. You get what I'm saying? A little more suggestions, you know, a little more breaking stigmas, a little more of all of those things, and we can be cool, you know. But anyways, I'll tell you what, I'm going to leave. I'm going to go. I think I've had enough time with you all this afternoon. And we'll meet up again next Monday. I'd say next Monday we're going to be meeting with the Queens, the Miss Dominica contestants. So some are going to be on with us on Monday and some are going to be on with us on Wednesday. All right, so definitely something to look forward to, and I'll have something exciting for you all on Tuesday. Yeah, right. So enjoy the rest of your week and weekend coming up. Don't forget, Kyrie FM is going to be at St. Joe for the St. Joseph Carnival Village, and also we're going to be at the Calypso semi-finals as well. There'll be no Stardom 10 tonight, but there'll be Stardom 10 next Wednesday. Look for the Calypso semi-finals live on pay-per-view. You can follow ppv.streamgenius.tv or kyriefmlive.com/ppv to catch all of our pay-per-view action, great prices, sit in the comfort of your home, and enjoy all the events as they happen. All right. I want to say thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. We'll be back with you next week. Toodles, much love. Bye. I'm gone.
The spiciest talk show on radio, Hot Topics, is here to fire up your airwaves. Join us on Kyrie FM, Kyrie TV, and on Facebook Live, Monday to Wednesday from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. with the bold and opinionated Vanessa as we turn up the heat. We'll ask the hard-hitting questions plaguing us every day. We'll talk about issues affecting our daily lives. You want to vent? Call. Get it off your chest. And guess what? A guest host will pop in randomly every week. You too could be a guest host. Yes, follow Kyrie FM's Facebook and get an opportunity to bring the heat to co-host Hot Topics. Don't wait. Tune in and tell it like it is, only on the genuine sound, Kyrie FM.
Don't know it's already Miss DJ Taffy, and you're locked in to Hot Topics on Kyrie FM.
It's about Guaraji Blessy, that's me, and you're locked into Hot Topics on Kyrie FM.